Now, we just finished four-wheeling over at Old Florida Road, and we made our way to the Dorset Caves in Vermont. And just as we came up to the maintained Jeep trail, a red Jeep came out of the woods saying, "We desperately need your help." So I followed him. I was quite leery because it sounded like it could easily be a setup. It turns out this red Jeep had wedged himself and was in jeopardy of going straight down a cliff. So this is what happened.
Of course, we're having to rescue someone again. Always a need to help someone.
These guys had no business in the woods. They had no recovery gear. They weren't prepared whatsoever. Fortunately, I had just installed a Smitty-built 12,000-pound winch on the front of my Land Cruiser. Now, I didn't have any type of a blanket to lay over the winch cable, so instead, I used a hooded sweatshirt. Now, these fellas had been drinking heavily. They were from New York, and this is what happens when you drink in Jeep, apparently. They had no gear. They were using ratchet straps to try to pull the Jeep out, which is just ridiculous. So I hooked them up to the 12K winch and literally ripped this Jeep right down the trail, no problem whatsoever. I took a hooded sweatshirt and zipped it around the other end of the cable. That way, if anything did go wrong, this was a 12,000-pound synthetic line. In case it did happen to snap, the hooded sweatshirt was zipped around it and it would hopefully slow it down. But this is using the winch, the wireless winch cable, and I kept revving the engine the entire time to try to keep the RPMs up. But it pulled this truck out no problem whatsoever. And that's me walking down the trail to put the hooded sweatshirt around it. I had no other method in case the cable were to snap because this truck was seriously wedged in here. Only alcohol could get a Jeep that far stuck off the trail. Two Jeeps out in the woods, both from New York. Nobody has a chain, a strap, a winch, a high lift jack, anything. I carry all those things because being prepared is how you save people's lives. That's all there is to it. As you can see, the 12,000-pound winch had no problem pulling this guy out. I literally just yanked him right over, including the huge stone right in front of him.
There you go.
Almost to the point where I ripped off his really crappy bumper. You can see the bumpers getting ready to go. By the time I get him all the way around, bumper's coming right off. See it? Going.
You want him to back up a little bit?
If you can.
Back up a little bit.
Again, alcohol and winching. I mean, alcohol and off-roading does not mix. I know a lot of people do it. I do not. Off-roading is simply another way to practice survival and preparation skill. Nothing more, nothing less.
Hold on. Let him pull you over a little bit.
I was really impressed with the
His
Smitty build.
bumper's coming right off. See it? His bumper's coming right off.
Let me go check and see if he can pull forward a little bit.
All right. You see that? His bumper was coming right off. I put that sweater, I zipped it around.
Yeah.
Because if the cable happens to snap, which it shouldn't, but if it does, it'll come flying right back. That'll stop it like a parachute. They sell special things, but, you know, we buy enough special things. That's one thing. I zipped my sweater right around it.
I
You see
saw
that?
it, yeah.
And now again, the alcohol comes into play because he's trying to drive forward even though he's connected
Well,
to
not
a
gonna go
3-ton
anywhere.
Land
Anchor
Cruiser.
to him.
Right. He's certainly not.
All right, let me get him off the winch because he's not going to pull me.
Hey, hang
Hold up!
Again, these guys had no business in the woods. This is what gives real off-roaders a bad name. He's trying to drive forward while he's connected to my truck. He has absolutely no business being in the woods, just my opinion. And of course, they're from New York City. And they're up there drinking, and there was children also. It was a bad scenario, but I was happy to help. I put a D-ring around his bumper and then hooked the winch hook through it.
This is kind of cool.
I don't have a Factor 55 winch ending yet, but I will get one fairly soon. Again, Land Cruiser saves the Jeep. Round 1.
This is picking up our voices right now. It's not.
Richie from Boston, I'm out. Real quick, always remember to reel in your synthetic cable evenly. I'm putting weight on it while I'm wrenching it back in. Smitty built a phenomenal setup. And then we made our way up to the caves. And that was that. Like, share, subscribe, or don't.